Students, if you like this video, please subscribe the channel so that you can get notifications of my new videos. So let us start the topic. How do we represent AC current and voltage by rotating vectors? We can show the phase relationship between AC current and voltage by two ways. So one of the ways is what we have done earlier by equations. So what is the equation of instantaneous current? That is equals to Im sine omega t, and instantaneous voltage will be equals to maximum voltage sine omega t1. So in pure resistive circuit, these are the equations. So here this omega t, this is phase. So here this omega t is phase of I, and this omega t is phase of V. Now we can see that phase of I and V is same, means they are reaching maximum at the same time, reaching zero at the same time, and reaching minimum also at the same time. So they are in phase. Although as we know that Im equals to Vm by R, and if this R is greater than 1, then Im will be lesser than Vm. So if R is greater than 1, Im will be lesser than Vm. So that is why here you can see that Im, this is Im, the maximum current or peak current is lesser than peak voltage. So the main thing is that they both were in same phase. So they were in phase. We can say that V and I are in phase. They are in phase. Now, second way to show the phase relationship is with the help of phasors. What are phasors? Phasors are the rotating vectors. So, phasors are the vectors which rotate anti-clockwise. So they rotate anti-clockwise. With constant angular speed omega. So phasors are nothing but the vectors which rotate anti-clockwise. So let us draw phasor of this is This is phasor, this is just a vector, and this is phasor I. So how much is this length? This length, the magnitude of this phasor is Im, maximum current. So this is fixed, this length is fixed. And what is this angle? This angle is the phase. So this phase at time t1, let it be omega t1. So they move with, so phasors, they are, so this vector I, its tail is fixed at O, and this is the head, and it will rotate with the angular speed omega, which is constant and which is equals to theta by t, and we can say theta is equals to omega t, and theta is in radians. So now this was first thing about phasors, that they are the vectors rotate anti-clockwise with constant angular speed omega. So all the phasors rotate with constant angular speed omega. Now as we know that Vm is greater than this, so that is why length of V, you can see here, this is the length of V. So this length is, this is V, and this length is, this is Vm. So the magnitude of this vector is Vm. Okay. Now what we are interested in is the vertical component. This is the vertical component of this phasor. So what is the vertical component of this phasor? You know this length is, I need to know, this is Im, so this will be equals to Im sine omega t. We don't need the horizontal component here, it doesn't represent anything, we only need the vertical component. Now you can see what is Im sine omega t. So Im sine omega t is your instantaneous current. So this is your, so it means the vertical component is your so the vertical component is instantaneous current. So this is the vertical component of I. So this was the second thing, vertical component. Now third thing is the magnitude that I have already discussed. So this is the third thing, that the magnitude of the phasor is equals to the peak. So magnitude of this phasor I is the peak current. So if I have V here, so same are the things with V. First, it is also rotating with angular speed omega. Okay. Second thing is that the vertical component. So this is the vertical component. You can see So this is the vertical component. So this is this length, and this is vertical component of I, which is written over here. So this is the vertical component of V, and this is the vertical component of I. Now look here at when the phase is omega t1, so this angle is at a particular angle, theta 1, omega t1. So this is omega t1, this particular angle. Now this is the value of I here. So this is this vertical. So this is VI on the y-axis. So this is I. So this is the instantaneous current, and this is at time t1. This will be the instantaneous voltage. Now you can see that both are at the same angle. So what is the phase angle between V and I? We can clearly see that phase angle between V and I is equals to 0. So it means they are in same phase. So there are two ways to represent the phase relationship. One is this way, this as sine function, graph as sine function equation. The graph of this equation is the graph of this equation, and this is the graph of this equation. So one is this way, we can tell the phase relationship, and this is another way. So in both the cases we can show that V and I are in phase. Thank you for watching this video, and if you like this video, please subscribe the channel so that you can get notifications of my new videos. Thank you.